Time for another late night stream. Should be a good one. And hopefully I won't be too impaired by fatigue. But maybe that'll make it good. Just like in real life, you never know when impairment is really gonna better the situation. It's, of course, almost always never, but sometimes. Actually, I'm having a really hard time backing that up. I'm having a hard time thinking of any good examples.
No rest, no peace for this wretched soul.
Well, we just resurrected Avahur, that's right, and then sent him on his merry way. So I put some thought into these mercenaries. Now, I decided that I'm going to use them, but I'm not going to name them after anybody specifically. Instead, I will name them after either celebrities or historical persons, stuff like that. Now, of course, I'm going to see if I want to hire any of them, now that I better understand how they're used. I think we'll start with this mercenary crusader.
A mighty sword arm anchored by holy purpose. A zealous warrior.
They can also benefit from trinkets, so we'll have to keep that in mind. I don't think I have anything particularly compelling currently. Smite, stun, bulwark, and lance. I do know what I'm going to name my first mercenary, though. That can speak for itself. Now then, what are we up to currently? Let's see. We've got this unlocked, but we're gonna have to get some more mercenaries before we take that on in earnest. In the meantime, I believe we're currently clearing paths to the local bosses. We've got the Brigand 12-pounder unlocked, but I'm not particularly interested in that sanguine stuff. I think I want to go to the ruins, do some leveling. Oh, and I spelled this wrong. Damon. Yeah, go to the ruins, do something short, make a little bit more progress. Get some deeds. Deeds are important. Oh, and we can even bring Givebeg along. That's right, level 3 is too high. They won't do those anymore. Okay, I guess we'll take this one on instead. Tuxedo Bird. Tuxedo Bird has a recovery charm. I'll remember that. And let's go with Nobleman Nick. He's got tapeworm though, so we're gonna need extra food. Alternatively, we could just bring Gangspank. Let's do that instead. What's this color palette? 3. Nobleman Nick is 4. Okay. Also, we'll set up this this happy little party. Get them some upgrades. And our guild is maxed out, which is nice. See, that's 5,000 to upgrade somebody's skills all the way? No, that's not right. 2,500 currently to upgrade those skills. Well, after all those upgrades, we're definitely going to need to pull some cash out of here. And we have the means to do so. Oh, Gangspanked is a natural. Nice. I really like natural. It helps. It makes me feel like I'm not, like, short on trinkets. Like, maybe I am, but this character is a natural. It's better to not give them trinkets. They're better off for it. Well, let's see here. Do we have any stress fasters? Or stress eaters? Nah, we're about even there, so 8 stack shovels, 4 holy waters, or not 4 holy waters. I'll do 2 holy waters, 4 keys, and an herb. And let's not forget torches. This is going to be our happy little party. We're on a happy little adventure to purify corrupted altars. Unhappy altars. We're going to put a smile on those altars. You know, it's late at night. My fiance is going to sleep in the other room, so gotta keep it nice, quiet, and chill. It's all good. It's all good. Huh. My phone reminding me that my stream is live. I appreciate that.
Can the defiled be consecrated? Can the fallen find rest?
Well, let's try to track down these corrupted altars and pick up some antiques along the way. Pick up some traps along the way. Just a happy little accident. Oh goodness, that is a big boy. Weakening curse. Seems like a good opener against that sort of guy. Get rid of some of his prot. And then,
Precision and power.
smite him for 35 damage. That seems okay. That's a nice opener. I don't think that can kill it. Ooh, I can do armor piercing though. That'll take it out. Oh my goodness.
Perhaps the turning point.
That's a good start. I like that start. We also have a very nice amount of healing available. We have 3 party members capable of unleashing the heals.
Decimated.
Ah, I can hit the corpse. Very nice. And this will bring it out of stealth.
Soothed. Sedated.
And this will be a nice and easy first fight. I don't think we need that. That's a nice trinket, though. I like that trinket. Sarcophagus. Can I shovel this open? No? Key it? No. Acquire Thanatophobia? Sure. Well, onward we go. Very straightforward fight to begin with. That Thanatophobia is a little unfortunate, but it got rid of Dipsomania, so it's kind of a toss-up. Ooh. Got bugs. That wasn't as much damage as I would have liked it to be. That's okay, though.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Got him. Ooh, that's a rare antique.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Well, thanks, medicinal herbs. And goodbye. You know, you don't usually find antiques, or anything, actually, off of regular old bugs. But we've got ourselves an antiquarian, so we've got 1,250 gold. Couple of fights up ahead. Nothing we can't take care of. I might be wrong.
Faces of the damned, piled high and cloaked in malice.
But it's early, we haven't used a lot of supplies, everybody's still relatively healthy. So, human eldritch. I think I'll use my battle buff here.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
And then let's see if we can apply some blights. Seven damage worth of blights. We can make him unguardable. I think I'm going to try to do that. Oh, very nice. Do some tentacle slapping. Oh, interesting. Head knocker. That's a new ability. Head hunt. Head knocker. I feel like somebody missed out on the opportunity to call that attack headbang. For shame. That's 11 damage worth of blights. Let's get some healing over here. And... ooh, close. Got the stun on me that time. Another headhunt. I appreciate that dodge. Don't. Ah. Healed 14 damage.
Death by inches.
Lifesteal is a very annoying attack. Party's taking a fair amount of damage from all these heads. 4 damage. Oh, there we go. We got him.
As the ghoulish collection scatters, the rats prepare to feast.
Welp. I want to hold on to everything else, so I guess it's going to be those torches that get the boot. more bugs. Just a couple of nopes.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
Not too worried about the nope brigade.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms. Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
I wonder if when I camp.
Ambushed by foul invention.
Let's see, this is the big buff. Let's go with the big buff. I want that abyssal artillery to hit pretty hard. We've got extra damage here, so. That should work out nicely. No scouting going on, though. Though apparently I don't need it. There's just so many maggots.
Be gone, fiend.
Gonna do a little bit of healing while I have the opportunity.
Another one falls.
And could potentially kill. Ah, one off. Oh well.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
This has been nice and straightforward so far. The collector was a bit of a surprise, but nothing we couldn't handle. Portraits. I do want portraits. I suppose we'll exchange it for holy water. Emeralds and gold. We'll pass on that for right now. I think we're gonna have to camp pretty soon up ahead here. We haven't encountered a single corrupted altar yet. We have, however, successfully slammed our faces into 3 traps.
No clemency in this place.
Oh, there's one of the altars. And
Impressive.
there we go.
Destroy.
Just take one of those out. Apply some lights, and then a nice impale ought to do the trick here.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
There we go.
Confusion, nerves, and panic.
Huh, Bump of the Night applies the debuff now. Interesting. Well,
Eradicated.
I considered stalling out that fight in the name of...
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Considered stalling the fight out in the name of some healing, but I'm not super concerned about it all told. Let's see, where are the quest objectives? Quest location... The last one must be somewhere up here. Alright. I'm going to camp here.
Huddled together, furtive and vulnerable. Rats in a maze.
I don't think I can prevent the nighttime ambush, because I think it's going to be another nightmare. So I'll just get ready for that instead. One companion plus 20% damage. key and a shovel. Very useful stuff. And we'll rest here. Let's see if the snakes return. I'd like a new pair of boots. And...
The
oh!
way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
I already cleared that nightmare, I guess. Oh, and I got lucky. That's not a journal entry. That's an antique. Alright, well, we know where we must go. Last two locations are... or the last one location is right there. However, it doesn't mean we can't try to find a couple
Finding
of
the stuff
antiques.
is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Because I do have an awful lot of empty bag space, and I'd love to put some money in it. Got an antique out of that curio. Now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here. Yeah, I'm going to head north. I'm going to go up to this room, and then I'm going to pop out and clean out the quest. We're going to do quest complete. Then I'm going to come back down, go to the right, and then go all the way up north. Or at least as long as I feel safe in doing so. Ooh, gargoyles. They've got a lot of prot. Oh, gargoyles are now stonework. Interesting. That's new. They weren't stonework before. It actually gives, there's a trinket that specifically fights stonework. And the fact that they are stonework makes that trinket a little bit better now. You get a lot of torchlight out of that ability, and that's exactly what I just did.
The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
Three damage. So he'll be dead in a moment here. I'll make sure of it though. And then perhaps just a spot of healing, just a little bit.
Back to the pit.
And there we go.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
Grab that emerald. And complete that quest. We're not going to leave just yet. First we're going to see how much more stuff we can find. We have an antiquarian. I'm glad we have enough food for both that check and another one. Ooh, room battle with treasure. Finally something to use all of our keys on. Guilty conscience. I should consider getting rid of that. It's getting dark, and we know there's a fight in here. I'm going to hold on to one torch, just in case. Not a great time for a dodge.
Obliterated.
That was a good time to deal that opponent 3 times his total health and damage, though. appreciated getting that shadowy that fast. Now, I don't think... Yeah. I was about to say, I don't think this Cultist Gladiator can reach our back row, so I'm not too worried about that mark. Uh-oh. Oh, avoided the pull. That's good. Spank's stress, however, is going up very, very quickly.
Masterfully executed.
That was a nice pull.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Yeah, lucky with that knife. And let's see about getting some more illumination. Oh, that was a lot of stress on Gangspinkt.
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
But hopefully, we'll make enough money out of this side excursion to compensate. Well, lasting effect on Givmig. A Warren's Adventurer. How interesting. We're gonna go in here. No scout check to the north. More or less expected. Well, now we get a negative quirk. Phengophobia. Replaced Thanatophobia. Where next? Into the unknown, methinks. Ooh, very nice.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Let's see, is there anything else to be had up here?
Darkness closes in, haunting the hearts of men.
Well, no shamblers. Now the question is, do I want to come back and do this battle? And the answer is, I think I do. I'm playing with fire a little bit here, but I'm hoping I'll be able to pull some extra cash out of here. And I'm already planning on stress-relieving Gangspinkt, so... let's walk into this fight. A couple of cutthroats. There's a good chunk of damage there. Smite him mightily. Give him a good old-fashioned smiting, as it were. I just tried to poison Gangspinkt. I should not do that. Always appreciate those group dodges. Look at those group dodges. Very dodgy group, despite having a risk taker. And no extra dodge. But I'll take that luck while it's still around. Unfortunately, this gunman is still stealthed, so can't attack him just yet. I guess I'll throw a spear at him. That's a lot of money.
Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Well, came out here with our palms well greased. get some deeds, which is nice. Some extra gold. 20,000 in treasure. Tuxedo Bird and Givemig have both leveled. Main control is steady. Tuxedo Bird is going to need to get rid of some disease.
The shuffling dead are silenced. We have claimed dominion over the ruins once more.
Tuxedo Bird and Clordock. Need to get rid of these diseases. I don't think I particularly want an antiquarian for that sort of thing. So, no Hyries this time. The Crier has started showing up. You may have noticed, it's been a couple of episodes, but you'll often see the Caretaker taking up spots in stress recovery activities. But once you get enough, the Town Crier also starts taking up a space. You never know where they're going to be. You know, I think I'm going to spend these 10 crests.
Idol, amulet, or lucky charm. The simplest object can be a talisman against evil.
Sure. Including sporks. Another Dark Tambourine. What an annoying trinket. Shows up far too often, in my opinion. But that is a fair amount of deeds. Perhaps this would be a good time to kill this boss. But who to bring? I think some bleeds would be a good idea. So we can bring Holy Flippin' Cows and Amdir. We can also bring Soto. That seems like a good idea. And then... have some adequate healing available. Who would be best for the second slot, though? Perhaps Zen. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Soto, Amdir, Zen, and Holy Flippin' Cows. I like this team. Of course, some more upgrades are required. Going to bring 2 stacks of food. Let's see. I know that the opposition can use some bleeds in that fight. I'll take some herbs, a key. I don't believe we have a need of holy water. So, we will embark with this team and go take on the Brigand 12-pounder.
The wild whispers of heresy roused the rabble to violent action. Such was the general air of rebellion that even my generous offer of gold to the local constabulary was rebuffed. To reassert my rule, I sought out unscrupulous men skilled in the application of force. Tight-lipped and terrifying, these mercenaries brought with them a war machine of terrible implication.
The smell of sulfur and gunpowder hangs in the air. The war machine is close.
The war machine is not that close. The war machine is a considerable distance away. We're going to have to go on a long walk. Truth be told, I'm not sure if we'll actually be able to fight the boss with this manner of route that lies before us. Seems like there's going to be a fair amount of opposition. Oh my. That is a most unwelcome guest. Yes, I would say that our proposition of fighting the boss under these circumstances is a dubious one. Specifically, if we're going to have a chance to fight the boss, we're going to need to pull some blood out of this fight.
Obliterated.
Eradicated. Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Well, we did acquire a blood. We'll have to see how far along that can carry us.
Such a terrible assault cannot be left unanswered.
We do have the resources for a very good camp. Have to keep that in mind. Obviously, we won't be retreating anytime soon. But I'm definitely not without concern at this point. Thank you for marking the marked character.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
Hello to my last viewer standing.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive. Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
Got some food. A lot of these encounters are not exactly friendly to the idea of me healing.
Annihilated.
I don't want to leave those slimes alive. They always bring more slimes.
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
But maybe I'll get lucky and I won't have any encounters for the next 4 rooms. Nope. Nope. Ooh, a map. Not the best map I've ever seen. But a map nonetheless.
Destroyed.
Now we can do some healing. And that was a very good heal. That was a very good heal.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
And there's our last antivenom. Got some good stuff from it though. %50 prot. Good chowder.
Confidence surges as the enemy
This
crumbles.
is a very large amount of prot on that target. We'll take this moment for some patching up. I had forgotten about just how much blight this place can put out.
Exposed to a killing blow.
things next time.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
That is a lot of light. Ooh. I was really hoping for that dodge. I'll just have everybody take a moment to heal themselves up here.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Dispose of that onyx. Then... Sotomojo is going to have to go adventuring with Katathi sometime soon. 2 portraits. Do not need these portraits right now. I do need these, however. My inventory is very full. I think what I'm going to do is get up here to this room, and then I'll camp. It's still a rather significant distance from the boss. But it will also help me make some room in my inventory.
Nature herself, a victim to the spreading corruption, malformed with misintent.
So yes, we'll get to here, and we'll camp in the dark.
Circle in the dark. The battle may yet be won.
Sharpen that spear. Bloody shroud. We'll organize a marching plan. And then let's increase our scouting chance. Yes, we have our first blood-cursed companion in quite a while. It's actually
In
interesting.
Radiance, may we find victory.
It's interesting because it's been 3 weeks since the infestation first reached a low count. So, I would have thought that we would have seen it sooner. We did not. Even more blighting abilities. Guess I should have brought a stack.
Devastating blow.
That was unnecessary, but still appreciated. That is a very large dodge stat there. 29 dodges, nothing to sneeze at.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Pull a little bit of extra food out of there. In fact, our Hellion keeps getting blighted, so I need to try to keep her health up. Good dog.
is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Then Holy Flippin' Cows gets shot in the face. She has been taking a lot of damage.
Masterfully executed.
Confusion, nerves, and panic.
Well, that was a pleasant crit. That didn't even need to be a crit.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles. Paid for in blood.
Having Sotomoto search everything because he's already very sick. Oh, 3 viewers. Welcome to the late night stream party, everybody. We're just having a happy little adventure.
Precision and power.
With precision and power. And a fair amount of loot. And there's even a giant cannon to boot. I had to think about that rhyme for a moment though, so I don't know if it really counts. Continued blighting of our Hellion is a serious concern. But is her blight resist? It's not even that bad, it's 65%. That was a very nice time for a critical. In fact, I'm going to attempt to draw some firepower away here. Rather than continue to take damage from those blights. Having a character who can mark themselves. Very useful.
Impressive.
For drawing away attacks.
The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
My inventory remains relatively full, however. I am very keen on bringing back a large amount of money. No combats. Very well, one combat. One combat it is. And that only lasts for one more battle. No room for that. No room for that. Appreciate that hunger check. Lets me do some mild healing.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Now then. If Zen marks himself, that should protect Holy Flippin' Cows.
A singular strike.
And allow me to do things like that.
A dizzying blow to body and brain.
Very nice. Zen can easily soak those attacks. Very good. The rest of this fight should be very straightforward. very impressed with Zen's general resiliency.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
Isn't Ren the Marked supposed to be a threatening attack? I suppose when you have 52 prot, it's considerably less impressive.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
An anti-venom.
Foolish horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud.
Oh, I suppose I might as well. And a second emerald. And now... nothing too obtrusive on the way to the boss.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies. The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
And in we go.
A marvel of technology. An engine of destruction.
Let's start with these doctrines.
Well struck.
%, prot. That's not as much prot as I was expecting, to be honest. -4 dodge. That's not a significant debuff. But I can get rid of it. So I suppose I might as well. That's not enough damage. Ah, the craving. Well, that makes me very glad that I held on to that blood. And we're going to take a bit of a risk. That risk is that Holy... or not Holy Cow, Soto Mojo can take out the matchman. And he did. Just in the nick of time. Very good. Also very good. This party is doing much better than the last one I brought here. Unfortunately, we brought an armada of bandages. So we are well prepared for these bleeds. That is unfortunate. That is very unfortunate.
Mortality clarified in a single strike.
Ah. Well, that's a relief. That could have gone awry very quickly. We had some unfortunate misses there. Oh, of course. course, I'm not using the dog treats.
A decisive pummeling.
It's not wise of me to not use the dog treats. I'm fairly certain that that said dodge. The Brigand 12-pounder seems to have 9 dodge. Go. Dog treats. More slicing, more dicing, more chicken fried ricing. I believe we ought to take a moment for some healing. That was unnecessary, shall we say. But overall, this battle is going rather well. Ah, the gang's all here. Amdir being targeted. That's downright unheard of. That was a very nice crit. I believe we're going to focus all of our attention into this Brigand 12-pounder, and we'll take it down. That will be another notch in our belt.
Diminished.
This expedition at least promises success.
Another notch indeed. Well, that was a considerable trek. It was certainly worth it. That boss was bested. 2 more champions. And plenty more diseases.
All my life I could feel an insistent gnawing in the back of my mind. It was a yearning, a thirst for discovery that could be neither numbed nor sated.
Well, it looks like the fanatic has returned. We're getting close to this. Just a few more deeds and crests. Then we'll finally be able to get the most experienced recruits. Let's see here. Pair of flagellants. I like this one. rename this flagellant to Margaret Thatcher doesn't fit. That's unfortunate. How about let's see, another historical personage or somebody else who would be considered famous. I hate agonizing over names like this. But it's important. Let's say... No, that name would be too long as well. I believe that's how you spelled his name. No. There we go, Billy Mays. And on that color scheme too. That seems adequate. %75% bleed resist. I like it. I think that's a good number. Not much in the way of trinkets that I'm interested in here. So, that wheel boss has been defeated. The only thing we need to improve now is the ruins. Unfortunately, we can't go on that low-level quest. So our only option, if we wanted to further this, would be to take our first champion quest. I don't need to tell you that there's some serious risk associated with that. However, we do have some very powerful characters that we haven't used for a bit. And I feel like taking a risk. Did I mention that my judgment might be slightly impaired? We'll have a trio of fairly maneuverable characters, and in the back, we'll bring our best healer. a lot of damage with this party. Tuxedo Bird does have extra healing. Or healing received, specifically. And he hates the unholy. I think this is a doable party. However, going to have to pay for some upgrades. That will almost certainly necessitate selling some trinkets. These upgrades will not be cheap. As we bring some of these carriages up to maximum level. That is a lot of money to spend. Is fine, and Tuxedo Bird is also fine. Well, we didn't need to sell any trinkets, but I do have several trinkets that I'd be very willing to part with. But we don't need to sell them yet, so I won't. Fortunately, we're going somewhere familiar, and therefore relatively safe. The ruins. 4 of those, 3 of these, 1 of that. Fair amount of torches. And that should be a safe deal. Or at least as safe as I'm going to get right now. Now, it should be noted that as of the Color of Madness, champion quests are a little bit easier, relatively speaking. The enemies are not as powerful as they were previously. They're still plenty powerful, but it used to be that the threat of a champion mission was almost never actually worth running. We'll see how that's changed, hopefully.
Can the defiled be consecrated? Can the fallen find rest?
Well, we have an interesting layout. I believe we're going to go down and across, check this room, and then come back up and follow this scorpion tail of an ending here. Well, that's unexpected, but appreciated. 1 down. Ah, that was surprising.
Annihilated.
Of course, we do have some of our strongest party members in this group. Almost nobody can compete with Katathi's damage. Tuxedo Bird has some of our strongest blights.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive. Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Well, that could have gone much worse, but it was rather a simple fight. Oh goodness. Oh double goodness. This is the Bone Bearer. The Bone Bearer is a champion-only enemy. It can only appear in champion dungeons. The Bone Bearer provides this permanent 25% damage buff to every other enemy in the combat. Additionally, it can resurrect fallen allies and provides buffs. It is a threat. I'm quite surprised that did not deal significantly more damage, but I also appreciate the fact that it did not. This Bone Bearer must go down first. And there it
Continue
is.
the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Fortunately, Nabexis is not in a good spot right now. It's going to make healing difficult. There we are. Some much needed healing. It will prevent it from any sort of guarding that might occur. Huh. That's right, I remember that interaction. It's just been a while. I believe I'm actually just going to have Bear pass their turn. Help me rearrange the party a bit more easily. That said, Katathi is in danger. I'll likely have to Shadow Fade next turn. In fact, I believe Shadow Fade is exactly what I'm going to do.
Precision and power.
That was a very nice amount of damage. Very good critical. Shadow Fade to protect Katathi. And of course, last but not least,
Soothed. Sedated.
healing is appreciated. We finally have everybody more or less back where they would like to be. Ouch.
Death waits for the slightest lapse in concentration.
This fight is going on significantly longer than I would like it to. Let's see if I can remedy that.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
That was helpful. When I said Nabexis was our best healer, I was not kidding. About time Katathi dodged something. And now, we say,
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
I'll take that Book of Holiness, but I have no intent of using it ever. Anything that reduces death blow resist is almost never worth it. I feel like the gamble is just, it's too much. Bone Lancer, Shield Wall, Bone Royalty. Tempting, but no. Minimum damage. Not a good amount of damage. Tuxedo Bird's in trouble. Yes, I can see that. Thank you. Death's Door.
Perched at the very precipice of oblivion.
Oh no. Whew. Suboptimal, we'll say.
the slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
Picking on my tuxedo bird. I don't appreciate that.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
They're picking on my tuxedo bird a lot.
Even the aged oak will fall to the tempest's winds.
Can't believe how quickly that went.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Stunned while stunned. The best status condition.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Well, this is certainly cause for concern. We're not very far into the dungeon.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles. Paid for in blood.
These crests are going to have to stay behind. We already have 48. That's more than enough.
Mind that such missteps are the exception, and not the rule.
We just don't have the space for this sort of thing. And I'm very much concerned for the continued well-being of Tuxedo Bird throughout this dungeon. Though it seems that we're going to be closer to completing it than not. More traps.
Curious is the trap maker's art. His efficacy unwitnessed by his own eyes.
Well, courtesy of this scouting, I can tell that none of these have quest objectives in them. So I should probably come up this hallway in case the last quest objective is right in here. I doubt it extremely highly since we've
The
already
light,
hit two very
the promise
quickly.
of safety.
But I cannot rule it out. 45%, that's much worse than I thought it was. And Katathi's only 90%. I wonder if the difficulty is actually relative to the dungeon you're in. Grave Robbers had much higher chances previously. 110, maybe even 120. Actually received a blight in here. That's surprising. Curio and an obstacle. Well, we have plenty of room for more loot now.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
Curio and a battle. A map. Oh, that is very helpful. We can see where the quest ends, and it's not very far away. Ah, finally. We're not surprised. Well, that was suboptimal. But we are going to take out
A death by inches.
2 of these gargoyles.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
Another lash of the tail. That's all right though. This gargoyle won't be able to. I was going to say it won't survive to the end of the turn, but it just seems that I spoke too soon. Unfortunate.
Obliterated. Ghoulish horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud.
And of course, with the quest's end that far away. Oh. That is a large number of non-combats in a row there. As much as I would like to take that, it's not prudent to do so currently. Not until I've completed the quest, anyways.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Well, Tuxedo Bird made it through the rest of this dungeon without incident. Just had a rough start. Oh, I even have firewood. I'm going to see how far I can go. Try to grab as much treasure as I can. Interesting. Let's see if we can't help Katafi. Ah, no, unfortunate. Always have to take a chance.
Well struck.
Chance to alleviate some negative quirks. Let's see if I can't destroy that bone militia before it gets a chance to attack.
Decimated.
Good old Katafi. However, this bone bearer does need to perish. Or it will revive those corpses. Maybe I can stun it? Oh my goodness, it has 240% stun resistance. I missed the memo.
Great is the weapon that cuts on
I
its
wonder
own.
if enemies killed by DOTs can be rallied.
Ringing
Oh my
ears.
goodness.
Blurred vision. The end approaches.
That's a bit of a doozy. 134 stress is nothing to laugh at. Seems that corpses killed with DOT effects can't be resurrected. That's good to know.
Eradicated.
Or crits, I would guess. Oh my goodness.
A trifling victory.
But a victory nonetheless.
I don't have any particular interest in bringing any more blood back. I'm not quite sure how many I have in my reserves, but I'd be willing to bet it's no small amount. Well, that's our last torch. Oh, they don't leave corpses behind. I think I already knew that, but this is my first time really observing it. Now that's curious. Flurry of Claws seems to have a movement effect attached to it, but if you look down in the corner there at its skills, it doesn't have the double arrow that indicates movement, like Lash of the Tail does. How curious. That tooltip might need an update.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
We're out of torches. I might as well investigate. Oh. The most powerful brigands. It's like running into the Thieves Guild. A hunter. Hunters are notably dangerous. Oh, well. That raider is deceased.
The will to fight falters.
That looks like a pair of short swords. Do you think that looks like a pair of short swords? I think it looks like a pair of short swords. That was a very nice critical.
A powerful
That was
blow.
also a very nice critical. And then I get to use Shadow Fade, which is exactly what I wanted to do. And let's just top everybody off, why not? Relieve Owlberry Bear of some stress. Let's see, how much damage do we think this is going to do? How about 66?
A singular strike. These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
I think I need to go buy a lottery ticket. That's what I think. That was impressive. I impressed myself. Let's see, we can dispose of the key and the holy water. And we're done. Didn't even need to camp. Maybe I should have though. There might have been a nightmare in store. We made a good amount of money. 56 crests. That is a pile. And, well, 2 more legends. Nuvexus and Owlberry Bear. Tuxedo Bird is going to need a long rest after that, though. That is the first time I've ever made a called shot like that. 66 damage.
The shuffling dead are silenced. We have claimed dominion over the ruins once more.
I am honestly very surprised that I actually called that. That's not the sort of thing that happens. Well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to trade some crests for a grand total of 4 deeds to allow me to buy that. Next we need to do this. We've taken a lot of diseases. Unfortunately, it's getting prohibitive to fix them all. Bob Ross and Billy Mays are well suited to the front line. That is one battle, I believe? Yes. Uses per battle 1. That's uses per battle 2. And that's uses per battle 3. I'm extremely tempted. No, I should not. Not yet. Nivexus needs stress healing. She's a skilled gambler, however. Let's see just how skilled. Of course, we've unlocked the Necromancer, and an opportunity at another Martyr's Seal. But the thing from the stars roams here this week. Well then, we are about to take a significant risk. Oh, I can only bring up to level 4 characters. Right. Still veteran. The King, Halune, Tleo, and Clordock. Trying to build a party that can combat both the Necromancer and the Thing. Perhaps the Tleo is not the correct option then. Perhaps Badfur is. This will be the last run, I believe. It's going to be risky, and it's going to make this episode long. I feel a beckoning, a call to action. A call to possibly get people killed in a fight with a thing from the stars. Four shovels, 4 keys, 2 holy water. Torch and a half, don't know the capabilities of the thing from the stars. I do have a counter to both blight and bleeding.
I entertained a delegation of experts from overseas, eager to plumb the depths of their knowledge and share with them certain techniques and alchemical processes I had found to yield wondrous and terrifying results. Having learned all I could from my visiting guests, I murdered them as they slept.
A devil walks these halls. Only the mad or the desperate go in search of him.
Well, the Necromancer's location is very obvious. It's in this room. And also, I have extra experience and damage in here. That should prove useful. Another map. Interesting. I don't know anything about the thing, but... I'd be lying if I said I weren't a bit nervous.
Annihilated.
The blackjack can hit out to 3. Is that new? Ah, one off. Good dodge, though.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Very nice.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
If we killed the boss without encountering the thing, I'm probably going to look for it if my party is in any condition to do so. Good time for a plague grenade.
Decimated.
How like Clordock to deal an excessive amount of damage. It was a slash. It was the graveyard slash. They did the slash. Let's see if we can stun this. Yes, we can.
The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
Sidearm? Sidearm. One health remaining. Take it out with some buckshot.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
And then we'll systematically
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
slash and bludgeon the opposition.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
King Ethan leads from the front. So something that I was going to comment on is you might have noticed, and nobody would blame you if you missed it, but you might have noticed that in the description, in the continuation of the Necromancer's story, it would seem that the ancestor may have killed all of his guests. Now, typically, it is viewed as a social norm that when one has guests, one does not murder them. It's typically viewed as proper etiquette.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
But this is because, and this is going to be a mild spoiler, so turn away for the next 15 seconds or so if you don't want to be spoiled. The Ancestor is not a nice guy. That's all I have to say on that matter currently, but I'm sure it will become increasingly apparent as time goes on.
Destroyed.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Get rid of the sand. Well, it's a good amount of Chris. And it doesn't look like there's a lot of opposition this way, which is also nice. Because the Necromancer is going to be right in there. Chug some holy water, take some bus. Proceed on to the next room. Alright, first hunger check. Well, of Halune, check this bookshelf. He took a little bit of stress, but nothing severe. And I'll go into this room, and I will camp.
A spark without kindling is a goal without hope.
Alleviate some stress. Don't believe anybody's diseased. No, nobody's diseased. Let's see, some speed. We don't need some scouting. So I believe we'll just do some standard stuff. Lash's Kiss.
Soothed,
Solace.
sedated.
Do some encouraging. And why not? Extra disease resist. And hopefully, we'll avoid a nighttime ambush.
Secrets and wonders can be found in the most tenebrous corners of this place.
Eradicated.
That's one down. The real problem is going to be the stealth opponent.
Grievous injury. Palpable fear.
A time to perform beyond one's limits.
That cannot randomly target a stealth opponent. Interesting. I'm going to guard Cloak. He's not supposed to be on the front line. had no intention of toying with it, I just had no means of attacking it.
Obliterated.
I appreciate the warnings now, though.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Previously, reinforcements would just kind of show up. But now at least they give you a warning. Oh. This is unfortunate. I was hoping not to encounter any of this manner of creature. Crimson Curse is something I would very much like to avoid currently. So much so, in fact, that I'm willing to expend a dog trait. In the interest of inflicting as much damage as possible. 2 damage, 2 damage.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
Oh. Badford does have extra disease resistance, though. Ethan, not so much. He did avoid taking it, though. Ah, excellent. They're both dead. They just haven't caught up yet. So, I'll take this opportunity for a bit of Now that's a good bandage.
A death by inches. Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
And full steam ahead, I say. Straight into the Necromancer's lair. This ain't no apprentice necromancer. This is a necromancer.
Towering, fierce, terrible. Nightmare-made material.
Of course, we're going to hit this thing with every damage over time in the book. Ooh, stealthed. That's interesting. And hoping to keep this necromancer towards the front so I can keep attacking it. Stack up these bleeds. Should have used my dog treat. What am I doing? Oh, that pushes it back? Annoying. That bleed is really stacking up now. Let's use these dog treats. 23 damage worth of bleeds. This thing is dead in 2 turns no matter what. Let's see if we can rearrange this grouping a little bit. Possibly to something a bit more favorable. I still have that extra healing receiver buff, so this seems like a good time to recover.
A devastating blow.
I believe that's the end of that.
Even reanimated bones can fall. Even the dead can die again.
Well then, that is mission complete. But there's still more to find here, and I'm not interested in taking those trinkets. Trapezahedrons. 1, 2, and I believe it's going to be blood for 3. Now we hunt the thing from the stars. I should be ending the episode. We may have to retreat due to food. Seems Hallone's trap-busting sense hasn't dulled. Still have a very large amount of torches as well. Head this way. Let's see if it's right here. It is not. I believe I'm going to retreat from this fight then.
The sin is not in being outmatched, but in failing to recognize it.
Taking some stress is of no consequence, and I'd rather not get blood cursed right now. It'd be faster, easier, and overall less consequential to just retreat than to attempt a fight against bloodsuckers. That is unfortunate. So I believe the creature is either here or here. I don't know if it can show up in
The
groups.
match is struck. A blazing star is born.
This is relatively mundane combat. Let's start by relieving some stress. Ah, you fools.
singular
That's
strike.
exactly what I wanted. Very powerful series of cards right there. And kaput. Good.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
I believe that emerald is going to get the boot. Very well then, we'll continue down here. The booth contains a very large amount of treasure. I believe we're going to say goodbye to our keys in the name of a large amount of gold. This is not the thing from the stars either. Let's see how much damage I can deal to this back row first. 5 damage, not quite enough. Hound's Harry should be able to fix that though. Bit of an axe blade. Removed. And dead weight. Another miss. I appreciate it. We do have some annoyingly high prot in the front here. Managed to attack before I did. There we go. That's no consequence. I believe some healing is required here. Guided by pain. Favored
Precision and
the light.
power. As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Well, it's about that point. Now we are playing with fire, as we're out of food. If we get a hunger check, retreat will almost certainly be necessary. I mean, we did complete the
Glittering
mission, so it
gold,
would not be a
trinkets and
grievous loss or anything.
baubles, paid for in blood.
But that we know what it is. So yeah, I believe it has to be this battle right here. King Ethan's stress is on the rise. Which is good for him. Bad for the opposition. Ooh, thank goodness. I was very concerned that that was going to deal an untenable amount
Well
of damage.
struck.
Very nice critical. I believe more healing is in order. Honestly say, I don't have a great interest in going into a fight with low health. So every dodge counts. Another inconsequential guard. Other than increasing the bulwark's prot to obscene levels.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Alright. Now, the moment of truth is upon us. Code Explorer. No longer a warrior of light. Oh my goodness. Interesting. So, it's either in this room, or, more likely, it just didn't spawn. I didn't know that was possible. I thought that it would always appear. Seems that it's only a chance, though. Well, we learned something. Quite glad that we did.
A powerful blow.
Powerful blow.
The abyss returns even the boldest gaze. The bigger the beast, the greater the glory. Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Well, there we have it. We learned that the thing from the stars does not always appear. And that's good to know. It'll actually make me feel a little bit safer about taking those sorts of risks. Or maybe the opposite effect. Ooh, that needs to be done away with. Tone deaf, that's fine. And armor tinkerer.
Our family name, once so well regarded, is now barely whispered aloud by decent folk.
May not meditate or visit the brothel. King Ethan also requires stress relief. And finally, level 3 experienced recruits. Well then, I believe that next time we're going to go into the Endless Harvest with Bob Ross, Billy Mays, Owl Bear, and Nabexus. Went very well. I'm glad I did some late night streaming. I'm sorry it ran a bit late. We're pushing 2 hours and 10 minutes. But next time we will go into the Endless Harvest. Until then, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, sacrifice your firstborn, and sell the farm. And until then, see ya, nerds. See ya.